Hi, my name is Pierre, and I'm here with the other founders of One-Eyed Werebear, and we're here to talk about our upcoming product, the Tome of Tombs. We have with us Jared, who was the author of one of our adventures, A Hill to Die On. Jared, can you tell us a little bit about this adventure, some of your inspiration for it?
Oh, absolutely. So I'm a big fan of Army of Darkness, and this adventure casts out the entire comedy aspect of that whole series and focuses instead on the dire situation of fighting a defensive battle against very high odds. It is a challenge. The premise is that there is a demon who has been trapped inside of the ruins beneath the hill, and that the cult that worships the demon has finally figured out where his body is, and they are there to free his spirit. So the PCs and a group of defenders are stuck trying to stop them in a last ditch and desperate attempt. And without the players, these guys are doomed.
Greg, you are the company's art director, and I was wondering if you can tell us a little bit. So the art that we opened this video with is the piece that we had commissioned for A Hill to Die On. Do you want to talk a little bit about the process of having that piece sort of defined and roughed in by our artist?
Yeah, sure thing. So we've been working with this artist out of Italy. His name's Eugenio, and he is he's been producing some phenomenal work. And I think that the key aspect here is just give him a really good description of what you want, and he'll run with it. So I think for this one, we provided him with our rough version of the map for the adventure, and then just a description, a hill topped with a ruin, lightning in the background, and corpses littering the hill. Worked, and then he came back to us with a quick sketch of our rough draft, and we are able to go from there. The only real aspect that we kind of had, the only real thing I kind of had to ask for a change was that sword with the crow and the eyeball. Just asked him to make it a bit move it into the foreground a bit more, make it a bit more prominent, and he was able to do that, and we were able to get a great image.
Awesome. Ivan, you've played this adventure. Do you have any tips for any players about any must set traps or other prep that they should be doing on this?
Yeah, it's a good kind of like dig in style adventure. You're waiting for the horde to come, which is definitely a different style to a lot of adventures where the characters, the players are going out, they're finding action. Here, the action is coming to them, and they better be ready when it arrives. So they've got prep time beforehand, and they to set up defenses to help. Prep the area, lay traps, lay barriers, clear rubble, things like that. And you need every minute that you got, because once that horde, once the cultists arrive, it's a wild ride from there. So the any player who's in on this is in for a ton of fun.
Interesting, yeah. Greg, we were talking about this a little while ago, and you're kind of talking about tower defense and sort of its role or lack thereof in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, so it always seems like in Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, you're it's in the name, right? Your adventures, you're going into a dungeon, you're clearing out said dungeon, you're on the offensive. And here we're doing the opposite. We're the ones setting that have the ability to set up and to guide how the encounter plays out when they arrived. I mean, to a limited degree. Obviously, our time's limited in what we can do, but we're able to at least put things into place that will be either more or less effective at striking down the bad guys. And I think that's it's a style of play in D&D that I think is grossly underused.
This has been an interview with the founders of One-Eyed Werebear about our upcoming product, the Tome of Tombs. Check it out on Kickstarter, linked in the description below. Thanks.